Hi, Brittany. Thank you so much for taking the time and talking with us about BusyBox. For the people that are watching this later, can you just introduce yourself and tell everyone kind of what you do, and then we'll get into sort of what drove you to BusyBox.
Of course, I am a middle school teacher and my focus is in special education. And so the essence of what drove me to BusyBox is been really looking for something to jazz up learning spaces for students, something that would add to my teaching repertoire and also to the students' kind of learning environment. So much of the day is getting kids to focus, getting them back into the moment of learning. When I found out about BusyBox, I thought it would be a great opportunity to have it in the classroom, have it at different stations for students. And when the BusyBox is on, it's kind of a key and a trigger to the students, just like a timer would be, that this is time for learning, for a math station, an English station, whatever it may be, and it drowns out the background noise.
So a few of the other teachers that we've talked to have said the same thing of a learning space. I think I know what that is, but can you just sort of describe it as a professional?
Something like the BusyBox, it can transform a space. Key students, if this is where you're operating as a student. You know, we're not in the hallway, we're not in the lunchroom, we're in a classroom.
Are there any features or capabilities of the BusyBox that really stood out for you as you started to learn about it?
Something that I liked most about the BusyBox is the use of color. Something that's eye-catching is color. And something that's relatable to like an elementary student, a middle school student, and even a high school student is the idea of a stoplight. And so what I thought was very unique about the BusyBox is that you guys have the capability of a green light, a yellow light, and a red light. And as a teacher, what that might be is a green light might say to the students, to other teachers, to administrators, whatever it may be that's coming into the learning space, hey, the kids are just kind of working at stations right now, plugging away, totally fine to come in, observe, move around our room. Yellow light might be, you know, this is a time where the teacher's up in the front of the room giving some instructional time. Still okay to come in, but, you know, keep it down or, you know, hide in the background, that type of thing, because kids can get distracted. A red light, I think, to me as a teacher, I'm excited to use it for like assessments. So kids are taking a test, kids are taking a quiz.
Right.
I'm thinking about MCAS time in the spring when students are doing that hardcore assessment piece. How awful it can be if someone just turns the doorknob and comes in, peeks their head in, you have all your students looking up and they've lost track of their time.
We've had some people say, I don't want my kids studying in their room because I want their room to stay their room. How would you see that sort of in the home application or homeschooling or the hybrid stuff?
You know, something that we kind of preach to them a lot is how can you guys create a learning space at home? I would envision the BusyBox being somewhere in their learning space, their kind of office area at home, and it would send a couple different messages, right? It would send messages to mom and dad, siblings, friends, neighbors, whatever it may be. Hey, right now I'm in that busy zone, it's red, I am really working hard for the next couple minutes. Or an hour, say, and then using those capabilities for the light for moments that it's okay to interrupt. You know, they're just working on something, they don't mind a couple interruptions here and there. But I can see it really transitioning to home as well.
Thank you so much for your time, Brittany. It's been amazing to learn so much from you as a teacher and how you can use the BusyBox. I got to ask, so if you were talking to another teacher, what would you tell them about the BusyBox based on what you've learned so far?
If I were speaking to another teacher, I think teachers love to learn from other teachers. That's the key to becoming a great teacher, is observation and connection. So I think my message to other teachers would be that the BusyBox is an easy way to send a message to students, whether they're in school, to other students, to other administrators, other classroom teachers, and also families when they're at home.
Right.
That this is a productive time. Not only does the BusyBox send a message to other people coming into the learning space, it also tells the student themselves, hey, right now, this is my time to focus. And when the BusyBox turns green and when it's turned off and my teacher says we're moving on, I can engage with my peers and move along. But it almost sends a message to the learner themselves. This is my time to focus.
Wow, that's great. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Steve. Bye.
Bye.